Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you something really cool. Now, if you're like me, a lot of times we get really excited about new technologies and we get that new technology and then it kind of embeds itself in our lives. So if something just works, it works and you kind of forget about it and you forget to talk about it a lot. And that has happened to me with the Aluratek 13.3-inch ePaper frame. And the reason it's happened on that is because it just works. And I've been really excited about it. Every morning I get up and there's a new picture, a new photo of my family. And we keep it prominently in our living room on the wall and we look at it every day. And it's beautiful in direct light. And so, like I said, you kind of just forget about it. And I'm going to do a series on these devices I forget about. And I don't want to say I forget about them in as far as I forget that I have them and that I love them. What I do is I forget to talk about them on my channel. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about the ePaper photo frame. And then upcoming, we'll probably talk about things like the terminal and the reterminal, just things that kind of blend into your daily use and you fall in love with them. And while we're at it, I'm going to show you one of the cool new features that Aluratek has come up with. So let's go ahead and jump over and I'll show you that. And right here, what you can see is that I have their website pulled up and I'll have a link down in the description and it will be an affiliate link because you're able to get 15% off if you use my code. But they are expensive, and I will say that out front. I mean, $349 is expensive for something like this. Now, this is different, though, than what you're getting with a traditional digital photo frame. So it handles reflections very well. You hardly ever see a reflection. The color, when you're stepping back from it, as long as you're a decent distance away from it, say 18 to 24 inches, it's going to look like a photograph and it's going to look really, really good. So what you see here is if you were looking from that distance, and they've picked images here that are meant to really accentuate that lighter color pattern, but it looks very good. And one thing I've noticed over the 6 to 8 months that we've had this is that older photographs taken on film, not digital photographs, look even better. And I've shown that on a live stream we did with the corporate officers from Aluratek, and I'll link that down in the description as well. But take a look here, and I mean, they show some different components. They show it hanging up. The nice thing about this particular frame is that you can also display it in a stand. And that stand allows it to be still a nice piece, but doesn't have kind of that art look effect. So you could take this and put it in your office at work on your desk and still have a nice display piece. And it does do really well with photographs. It also does well with art. And I showed that during my unboxing. And again, all of that will be down in the description. But it comes with two really nice looking mats. It comes with an app and you can display it either with a black mat, which is how mine is, or with a white mat. And they give you those so you can change those in and out. And it comes with a phone app and it's wireless. It works over your Wi-Fi, which is really nice. So you can add up to 10 photographs or digital art pieces into it at a time. And then when you do that, you can set those to be on a carousel and to change out whenever you want them to. So it's a lot of useful features and you can manually do that as well. But since I've had this, I have not had to charge it and it's still at almost 50% charge. And we change ours out daily. This will be primarily just showing you the product and how it works and what the new feature that they have, which is the library, and how the library really looks on the phone. So they put in some art pieces. And again, there are other higher end models. I mean, this is not the most expensive of these types of frames. If you talk about Ink Poster and some of those, but they have highly curated art pieces and art galleries that you can pull down from. Here, you have to get your own, and there are some very nice open source repositories, which I showed in my unboxing. And there are some built into their new library, and I think they're going to add to that over time. So what I've done is I have this quick demo, and we'll go ahead and jump over to that, and I will show you what that looks like with the library. And then we will take it a step further, and we will jump over and I will show you what they actually look like, pieces I select as you cycle them through, and you'll be able to get a good sense of what those look like in real time on my wall. So let's go ahead, jump on over real quick. We'll talk about the library for a minute. All right, everybody. So here we are. You'll see I go into the Aluratek app here, and then I go into the library. And in the library, you get a bunch of different pictures. It's not huge, but you get different pictures you can choose from. And then remember, you have to take out the old pictures first, and then you add the new ones in, and you can have up to a total of 10. So I did this portrait. I go ahead and I go through and I add this dog picture of a border collie, and then I'm going to add several here. Sunflowers. Again, it's a beautiful picture. Kind of looks like almost Starry Night and sunflowers together. And so I moved that in, and then, it didn't really feel like a cat, but I thought the sunrise picture was really pretty. So I went ahead and added that in, and I go through and I add several in here. And you go and you add the coast, because I really wanted to show a variety of different details. So some of these are high resolution. Some of these are photographs of different things from sunsets. Some are art pieces or paintings. Again, this is abstract starry sky, so it's similar to the sunflowers a little bit. And then some are photos. And what's really important about this and what's cool about it is as I'm going through this, I'm selecting these and I'm hoping that when you come through on the other side, when it shows on the frame itself, that it's going to look as nice as I think it will. So hopefully that's what's going to happen. And you can see they have ripples of waters. They have a lot of really cool stuff here. And my idea was to try and capture as much of that as I could to be able to really make this shine and make it vibrant for you all to see on your end. And so I'm just scrolling through a few of them here so you can kind of get a sense of what those look like. So let's go ahead. We'll jump over. I'll show you what it actually looks like on the frame, and then we can talk about that there. All right, everybody. So now you're going to see this start to change right away. That was, of course, a picture of Melissa and I when we were going to see a show in Chicago. And so you're going to see this is that first picture that I wanted to have transition so that you'd be able to really get a sense for what it looks like with not just family photos, but with other images that are now in the Aluratek library. So it's not only can you go and find your own pictures, but you can pull some of these that they have, and they have a decent variety. It looked like probably about 25 or so, maybe even 30 that are on there. But if you look at these colors and the detail here, it's really nice. And I'm not going to leave them on there for a long time, obviously, because I want to cycle through this and I don't want you to have to sit and watch every render. But do know that this is going to flash. So if that does bother you, please look away. And I will kind of, you can pause it once the full render is done. But if you look at all of these, they really get the detail. This one that's coming up is one of my favorites, just because of the amount of detail that you can see with the birds and them flying over the ocean. So when that pops here for a minute, you can see all of that. And quite frankly, the camera really doesn't do it justice. I mean, I know you're seeing it with and it's all natural lighting. There was no extra lighting put on this at all. It was done with just the light in the room. And I think that that shows just how good this panel is at reproducing these colors. So really kind of cool, really fun. And, hopefully you like this as much as I do. I tried to pick different scenes that would show different things and show you how that would make a really good and fun experience for you to be able to use. So again, as we go through, and I'm going to let these last couple cycle just with some music in the background, but let me know what you think, and we'll come back and have a couple of final thoughts afterwards. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there through this one. This was a fun video to make because, like I said at the beginning, there are some times that you just kind of get a technology, you're really excited about it, and then it fits into your life. And when that happens, a lot of times you don't go out and still share that excitement moving forward. You don't keep talking about it and keep showing people why you think it's so awesome. I know that when I walk down the stairs in the morning, I'm going to see a picture of my family. For you, it may be one of the pictures I showed here or something else that you saw in the library. It may be something that you downloaded off of the internet and you put on one of these frames. And yes, it is a little bit expensive, but when you consider the value that it can offer and just no power, basically, you charge this thing. We've charged it once since we owned it, and you're looking at well over, I think it was at 48% when I did this, and that's changing it every day. They say that if you change it once weekly, it can go a full 2 years, and I believe that since we've been changing it daily for months. So it's just a really cool technology. But thanks for taking a look at this. Thanks for being here and supporting the channel. I'll do more of these with some of the technologies that I may not have spent enough time with just to show those to you. But if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Is this a technology that you find interesting? Is this something that as a gift, it's not going to be something you buy 10 of? You know, the traditional digital photo frames are going to be less expensive and they're going to be LED and you're not going to need full lighting. Is this something, though, that you could really see as being a central focal piece in your office or in your home to really show some cool stuff? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but let me know. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. And also feel free to support the channel if you are interested in purchasing one of these by going to my affiliate links. They help so much and I appreciate you using them whenever you can. And I'll drop the code down in the bottom that'll save you 15%. So if you use my link and my code, you can save 15% on this, and that does drive the price down to under $300. So maybe it's something then you might think of as a gift for yourself, as a gift for someone else, but no pressure. It doesn't cost you any more. None of my affiliate links do. And hopefully they help you out a little bit if you're interested in the technologies that I talk about on this channel. So until next time, thank you all so much. Keep on moving forward, and I will talk to you soon.